Alright, salute. What's going on, guys? Thank you for being here. Throw me some love on the video. If you're new, subscribe, and let's get to it, guys. What I want to talk about is kind of my recap and my thoughts of living here in Thailand for right about 5 months now so far. And if you didn't know, I'm living up in northern Thailand in Chiang Mai, which is a much quieter city. So when you're on YouTube and you're watching videos about Thailand, the top two cities you're going to see are Phuket and Pattaya, which I visited Phuket when I first got here, and I can tell you it is night and day from what it's like up here. Chiang Mai is a pretty big city, about 2.5 million, but it's a very quiet, sabai, laid back, very friendly city. Now, there are some elements of those things that happen in those otherwise, like Pattaya, Phuket, but it's very minimal. You basically have to go to like one part of town for the most part, or any of the big major clubs if you're looking for that. And if you watched my last video, I talked about many of the changes I've had to make, realizations I've come to, just being here and being honest with myself, and had to change some of my habits, and this is really important because when you first get here, it's so easy to get sucked into this scene, if you will, where you're spending money, you're out drinking, or you're associating with other bitter expats, or chasing girls, which is probably one of the dumbest things you can do here in Thailand. It's just what it is. And to be fair, many of the girls are going to chase you when you come here, but a lot of the times they're not chasing you for the right reasons. Now, I'm not saying 100% of the time that this is the case, but 99% of the time it's the damn case. So what you have to do is, let me try to put this into perspective of my thoughts on how it is here and how I feel today, as opposed to how I felt even just a few months ago living here. I absolutely love this city. It's home to me. I've got friends here, locals, other expats. You'll have to sift through which expats are worth hanging out with and some that aren't, if you will, because many expats are bad news, in my opinion. They follow the same habits, routines, and rituals that they basically live their life on rinse and repeat. Same bars, getting drunk every day, going down the same rabbit holes, and you associating with these folks, you're going to be sucked right into it as well. And this is going to drain your energy, drain your ambition, and leave a bad taste in your mouth for the most part. So it's important for me to even follow my own advice, especially in my last video when I talked about keep it moving and changing your routines, changing your patterns and habits, so that you aren't identified with that group of people being here, or that you're not just labeled a guy that deserves no respect. You're just another drunk tourist, stupid and frivolous with your money. You don't want to be that guy if you live here a long time. So with that said, I'm kind of looking at other opportunities as well here. I've talked with several people. I've met several people. One of my good friends is here right now from the UK. He's going to be in town for about a month or so, and he's going to, go see other destinations and probably come back at some point. And he's going to kind of split his time between his home country and here, from what I gather, which is what a lot of people do. And I started to dig further into this, and I realized how important it is, and the reasoning and mindset behind the people that do this and why they do it. It's because when you move somewhere and you become complacent, this is a very dangerous thing, in my opinion. It's very dangerous, especially for me, coming to such a different culture, to such a place far, far away from what, I've spent my entire life growing up, the culture I've lived in, especially, from the West, from America, if you will, but it's pretty much the same all around, Europe, Australia, the UK and all that stuff. It's pretty much the same. But a lot of guys, have kind of given me advice, and I'm starting to feel like it's a pattern of something I need to kind of, at least take into account, and that is to go see other things. So what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and lay it out for you. Right now, I'm on a 1-year education visa. Pretty easy to get. I paid an agency about $1,700 US for an entire year to handle all of this for me. I'm on a Muay Thai fighting visa. You can get this for 1 year. You give them your passport, you pay them, they handle your classes, you go to your classes twice a week, but they do all of your immigration paperwork for you. And guys, I can't tell you, if you decide to come here and stay, it's best to pay an agency. There are a few scams, but for the overwhelming majority of these agencies, they want your repeat service. They want you to, people don't want to ruin their reputation here, especially an agency. You know what I'm saying? So this is my advice, is to go down this path if you plan on staying long term. But basically, my 1 year will end sometime next year, but I'm allowed to get re-entry permits before I leave. So if I want to leave the country and maintain my education visa, I go to the office, I get a stamp, I pay them 1,000 baht, and I can go visit something else and come back and still retain that visa. But when that visa runs out, I'm already considering going to see some other places. And one of the biggest places I talked about way back in my old videos was the Philippines. And guys, let me go ahead and clear this up for anyone that's watching. This is not about finding love or finding women. This has nothing to do with that. Because to be fair, at this point in my life, these things are a distraction to me. Because my main focus and attention is on building myself and who I'm going to be, establishing myself wherever I decide to permanently stay, if you will, or if I even decide to permanently stay somewhere. Because a lot of people actually just kind of move. They go from place to place and they come back and visit and they renew their visas. Every time they travel, I know several friends right now that's just how they live their life. They go see other countries, they get a 30-day permit, they go tour around, then they go to another one, same thing, and you don't have to worry about long-term visas in that situation. But some people can't really handle that lifestyle. But the thing is like, I don't feel like I'm comfortable enough to completely settle down at this point in a specific place. Does that mean I don't like it here? Absolutely not. I love this place. This has been my favorite place I've visited so far. But to be fair, I've only visited Bangkok, Phuket. I've been to Vietnam and come back to Chiang Mai. I've spent most of my time here in Chiang Mai. And out of all the places I've been, I love Chiang Mai as far as like settling down so far. But I'm not gonna like close off my options. And I'm just giving you where I'm at. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not giving you advice. But I think it's good advice, because when you keep it moving, it kind of sets a good tone for things here in a lot of ways. It sets a great tone for, you're going to be price shopping. You're always going to have something to look forward to. You're always going to be looking forward to a new experience. And basically what I'm talking about is seeing all of Asia, Eurasia, whatever you want to call it. Philippines, Indonesia, at some point Australia, maybe New Zealand. I'm not saying I would live in these places, but I have easy access to these places, and it opens up plenty of doors, in my opinion. And this also transpires into the people I've met. I've met a lot of people, especially from Australia. Friends of mine, I would say friends of mine. We like, you'll know it when you get here. It takes a specific, unique personality for the people that do travel here, whether on vacation, whether I'm talking about the vagabonds and nomads, or the people that decide to like leave their country, sell everything, and move here, as I decided to do. It's a unique type of person, so it kind of puts you two in having a lot in common. Now, you got to be careful about where you meet these other expats and stuff. As I said before, like if you're going to these bars and you see these guys making stupid choices, getting drunk every day. I've met some crazy ass people too, some crazy ass expats that I wouldn't be caught dead associating with. It's just unreal, you see such a variety of things and options here. And with that said, I feel like it's that time for me to exercise my options. Now with that said, we are entering the high season right now, which it's starting to get busier. We're at the end of October. November, December, and January are the 3 prime months here where everyone travels here. They call it high season because it cools off some. Like we actually can get pretty chilly at night Not right yet, but we're getting there. The nights are starting to cool off. The days are mid 80s, high 20s if you're Celsius minded or whatever. So I'm still doing all that stuff. So with that said, I think it's fair for me to not establish routines, take my own advice, and to keep it pushing, to go see other things and other places in this world, and not limit myself to one place, not to put all my eggs in one basket so early. So I'm just kind of giving you an update of where I'm at personally. I love this place. I have no problems, no complaints. This doesn't mean I want to leave. I just want to see things. I just want to travel, and it's very cheap to travel here. I mean, you can go to Vietnam and get a hotel for $15 a day. You can get an flight to Vietnam for $40, $80, depending on how you look and how far in advance you book. All of these southeastern countries are relatively cheap and similar priced, if you will. But I would say that my next option is probably going to the Philippines. I've heard a lot of people talk really highly about the Philippines. Yeah, it's got its problems, its issues as well. But as I said, I'm not going for the same reasons that a lot of people are going. I'm looking to go be somewhere where I can establish myself, where I can like blend into the culture, learn the culture, embrace the culture, and do my own thing, start my own business potentially. And then you got to be honest, language barrier is a big part of this. Now, with that said, I am learning Thai. I love Thai. It's a beautiful sounding language, but it's really hard to learn Thai. I got to be fair. And there's always going to be a culture divide, no matter how long you've been here. Yes, you can blend into the culture, but it's not as easy as you think, or as easy as I might have thought. Like, I never assumed it would be easy, but I feel like I should exercise my options and do other things, see other places, and let things happen the way they should, organically, if you will. So with that said, my take on living here, this has been the best experience of my life, man. I have a feeling I will wind up back here, but I still want to see more things, experience more things, experience new cultures, meet new people. It's just, there's just so much. I mean, Asia is a huge territory. And I think I would be selling myself short if I just said, hey, fuck it, I'm done, I'm staying here right now. You know, I don't have to make that decision right now. So with that said, I'm paid up in my apartment through the end of March, which is about the time it starts to get hot as hell here. Nobody wants to be here in March or April, especially. April is the worst month to be in Thailand or even like Southeast Asia, because here we have the burning season and it gets so smoky and foggy, you can't even breathe outside. It's like one of the worst air qualities during that time of year of anywhere in the world, if you will. But as for right now, it's very good, very clean. We get a little bit of rain here and there. Temperatures are cooling off. Air quality's good, but it's not going to stay that way. So with that said, I'm going to keep you guys posted on what I plan to do next. I have a feeling like I want to go to Laos, Cambodia, obviously Siem Reap, Angkor Wat. I really want to go to the Philippines as well. And I kind of have a feeling that's where my journey is going to take me next. I'm going to keep you guys posted on it. I love you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just wanted to give you an update, let you know what it is, how I feel, what are my thoughts after being here. Disclaimer, the price and the cost of living here in Chiang Mai is unreal. My apartment is $320 a month, and I live in a prime location. I can walk anywhere, all my little local favorites, even where I'm sitting at right now. I can walk 5 minutes and be back in my room. Ordering Grab, $2, $3 for a meal on Grab, or just walk to the night market and you can get it even cheaper than that. I absolutely love it here, man. I gotta be honest. It's a great city. It's a quiet city. It's a safe city. As long as you watch, don't be doing stupid shit. Don't be out late at night by yourself, getting drunk, chasing women, indulging in that for too long. Have your fun. You're a single man. You should. But with that said, try to have a buddy system, just for your own safety. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't go too far. Watch your money. Try to have to me, 1,000 baht a day is about the most I want to spend. And some days I spend less, some days I spend more. but it usually balances out to about 1,000 baht a day, which is a very good budget. That's about $30 above and beyond all my rent. That includes my food, my shopping, you know, if I go out for drinks or go have a good time, things like that, or scooter rentals, or go to certain places and, you know, for day trips and stuff like that. About 1,000 baht a day, maybe a little bit more, just to be honest, but it's really very affordable to live here. Very beautiful place, very safe, lots of green, lots of beautiful, great fucking people, local businesses. It's a lot of fun. This has been by far my favorite city I've ever visited in the world, I gotta be honest. A city where I could see myself staying long term, but I wanna go ahead and check off all the boxes and make sure for my own sake, my own sanity, on what I wanna do going forward. So we're saying a couple months from now, I'm probably gonna hit the road, at least for another year maybe, and see what I see. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know, I love that unknown. This is really so beautiful here. You can live in the now. You know, you got to plan for the future, yes, but you can really live in the now as long as you're conscious and aware of what you're spending and who you're hanging out with and things like that. And you keep it moving. Don't set patterns. Like, let people guess. You know what I'm saying? And everything's meant to come back together. It will. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you. I will see you guys on the next one. Give me some love. Shout out from Chiang Mai, Thailand. Have a good evening. Good evening, guys.